y'all, it's me Alex. Today I am doing a full face of makeup that I am excited about, that brings me joy, because apparently some people are out here on the internet saying that the beauty community's dead, that makeup just isn't interesting anymore. And like, that's fair if you are outgrowing makeup as a hobby, or if you're just not feeling it anymore. Valid. Go ahead, you do you. That is perfectly fine. You are allowed to have your own opinions. However, there are many things in makeup right now that I'm finding very interesting, very inspiring, very exciting. And maybe it's just because I am an Enneagram 7, I am an adventurer, I am an enthusiast. So I just need to be just like completely immersed and entertained by something at all times. So maybe I'm just like a little intense as a human being, which is fair. Like, that's a valid point about who I am. But I find so many things exciting, and I feel just like so inspired a lot all the time. Even though, like, even when I'm not posting, I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. Like, there's lots of things going on in makeup right now that I find really interesting. Indie brands, for one. We're gonna be talking about some indie brands. We're gonna be talking about some new releases that I haven't purchased, but you know what? Actually sounds pretty interesting to me. So, without further ado, let's just get into the video itself. Okay, so tutorial, get ready with me, whatever time. NYX HD Eyeshadow Primer going on my eyes. This is the greatest eyeshadow primer to ever exist. Fight me. This is the energy that I'm bringing into this world today. It's just, God has let me live another day, and I am making it everyone's problem. That is how I feel. Yeah, this looks beautiful. So, the palette that I want to use, I actually used for the first time yesterday, even though I've had it for like a week, and I kept meaning to like film with it. So today's the day. It is the Wicked Sisters Slash My Heart palette. I'm excited because y'all know I'm a spooky bitch. I love me a good scary movie, and Scream is one of my favorite scary movies. So look at this, just absolute gorgeousness. Yesterday I just did this like bright grungy red Gerard Way sort of eye. So I'm feeling like, since I'm kind of wearing a little bit more black, not doing a whole lot of color, like this top is kind of a grayish black, then maybe I'll do a more like muted tone pinky rosy look. Granted, this is the middle of the video. I'll do my intro with a full face look on it, so like y'all will know what I actually did to my face today. I think that an awesome transition shade right now would be the shade Telephone here. Oh, yeah. Also, why does the video quality like look so good on my phone? Anyway, I'm using the e.l.f. and J Kiss J3 brush. I feel like, I mean, like I said, I used this palette for the first time yesterday when I was just playing around with my makeup. And I feel like this palette is even better than the other palette that I own from Wicked Sisters Cosmetics. That one is the Freddy Krueger themed one, which is super, super cute. But I feel like this one is even more like pigmented. Granted, the sort of shades that are in this palette, oh, why am I dipping into the wrong shade? I feel like the sort of shades that are in this palette are like even just kind of meant to be brighter, meant to be a little bit more pigmented. So that probably has something to do it as well, like simply with the, like, let me show you. I don't know. There's some pretty bright shades in the Friday the 13th one as well, but I feel like these shades are even more pigmented in this one than that one, because this one you have to dig in your brush a little bit, which is fine. You know, I am a monster when it comes to how I treat my shadows, so like no big deal there. But I feel like these are even easier to work with. There's like even a little bit of fallout, which is not something that I got in the last palette, in the Freddy Krueger palette, which I don't think that there's an issue like with that either way. I'm not one who's particularly like, oh my god, a palette has fallout, that means that it's dead to me in my brain. Also, I forgot to mention, before I go into any other shades, I want to tell y'all what's in my brows, and it's the other palette that I have been absolutely obsessed with. I almost did it for a look today, but I realized that I need to get some more use out of the Scream palette. And that is the Drench Cosmetics Jupiter Jungle palette. I have been obsessed with the shade Jungle in my brows because it's like slightly more muted. And as my hair is fading, y'all know I need something a little bit more muted to kind of like blend everything together. And also just this palette is fucking gorgeous. I wore this when I went to get my first COVID shot, and literally everyone I encountered there complimented my eye makeup. So Drench Jupiter Jungle, super excited. I actually ordered the Genesis palette and that's supposed to come in soon. Excitement. Okay, that is the energy I'm trying to keep with this video. It's just like exciting things. Okay, so now I have the e.l.f. and Kiss J4 brush, and I'm going to go in with Surprise, and I'm going to take that in the outer V because I'm feeling something berry and smoky and all of that. Oh, that is a beautiful shade. Fuck yeah. I swear to God, indie brands are just killing it. Like, if you're bored with mainstream makeup, just go on any sort of like indie makeup page and like try their shit out, because they're the ones doing the creative color stories. They're the ones setting the trends. It's not these big old makeup companies that are, you know, doing the new and innovative stuff. Like Natasha Denona came around to multi-chromes like what, 2-3 years later after indie brands had already been doing that shit? Yeah, no. Indie brands is where it is at. So one of the things that I'm really pumped about this palette is when I ordered it, I thought that there were a couple of pressed glitter shades because Wicked Sisters does do a fair amount of pressed glitters in their palettes. And it's kind of like, okay, but it's a screen palette, so I was like gonna avoid it, whatever. But when I got them in person, I realized that all three of the shades, this one, and this one, I thought that they were going to be pressed glitters because that's how they looked in the photos. No, they're just these really cool, like, marbly shades. I love that. And then I like, they're a little bit messed up because I have swirled them around and like swatched them and all of that good stuff. So like they don't look quite as cool as they did when I first got the palette, but they're just so pretty. Like, I haven't worked with marbled shadows in like a long time. Like, I think the last one that I even kind of had was like my BH Cosmetics like Galaxy palette, which I've since, I don't know where that is anymore. I know I got rid of it because I wasn't using it. So I think that the best lid shade for this would be Sleepover right here. So that's kind of this marbly mauvey sort of shade, because that's, I think, yeah, I think that'll go pretty well. I think I'm gonna have to shape up the crease a little bit, but I want to see, you know. So I have my J1 brush, e.l.f. and Kiss. I love that set so much. Oh, that's beautiful. We love it. And like, that's like such a pretty neutral shade. Ugh, I love it. I just feel like they amped up the formula of this palette so nicely, because some of the others are very much like, you know, you have to work with it a little bit. You have to work to get a little bit of pigment, which, you know, once again, I don't mind so long as the shades function, you know, like I'm fine. But this one, like the mattes are so pigmented and like easy to work with. And the shimmers like don't require a glitter glue, because I found that like in order to make the shimmers really nice in the other one, you did have to use like a little bit there, but I'm not having any of that with this palette. So that was a little bit darker than I anticipated. So I think I'm gonna see what Woodsboro looks like on top of that, and if that's not light enough, then I'm gonna do Stalker here. Okay, that's still, yeah, I think that does lighten it up a little bit. Cool. I'm also trying to get into like show y'all, you know, how it looks on the eyes, but I think that looks pretty nice. I'm getting a lot of fallout on my face, but that's okay. I don't do my foundation first for this reason. Next up, it is lower lash line time. So I think I'm just going to go in with Surprise here. And that's going to be on the e.l.f. and Kiss J2 brush. And let's just, you gotta mix it first in order to get the lower lash line right. You know, I gotta make the book. And do the voice. This is the kind of look that I just live for. And these like reddish pinky mattes in this palette are just so easy to work with, so stunning, so pigmented, so fallouty. Who cares? I am super, super impressed with this palette. Now where's something I can wipe my face off with? Because this is, I didn't anticipate this happening. Okay, like my face is definitely a little bit reddish, but that's fine. That's it. So now I'm gonna use Stalker as my inner corner highlight, which I did yesterday, and it looks so pretty. So bright, so colorful. Almost. What if I just like use that? Would that work as my like face highlight today? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. I could do some wing liner with this, but I don't want to because I need to wash my liner brush because it's like gotten a little crusty and it just isn't working as well as I normally go for. So let's curl our lashes, or more specifically mine. Let's curl my lashes. I will curl my lashes. Yeah, so I ordered some mascara from like just 21 Days of Beauty. Well, actually, that's not why I ordered it. I ordered it on a day when like the Lime Crime palettes were half off because I really wanted the Venus 3 for like years. So I got that, and I got a mini of the Urban Decay Propulsion mascara because I think that is a good solid mascara that I like. So, because I just know that this one, I love it so much. It is so crusty. And I'm trying to, you know, keep my eyesight this year. I have enough problems that like I don't need an eye infection going for me, you know. That's just not something I want on my 2021 radar. Why do that when you could just not, you know? Oh yeah, that looks really, really pretty. I am super happy with it. I also love using like sort of reddish pinky tones around my eyes, especially when I can like combine it with a little bit of a neutral, because I feel like that brings out like whatever the hell is going on with my brown eyes. I think it just visual interest. Ooh. I'm gonna use my NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil, which is what I always use on my face. But if we're talking about products that I am super hyped for right now, apparently Fenty is finally coming out with a tinted moisturizer. I have been wanting that for a very long time because I have always wanted to try Fenty skin products because everybody's like, oh yeah, Fenty skin products. But I don't like anything particularly full coverage on myself. I find that those are so much more finicky for my skin. So I don't like that. I don't particularly want to deal with that because I went through a year of trying to find some good full coverage products for my face and nothing worked out no matter what primer I used. So I found that like tinted moisturizers and things of that nature just work better for my skin. This eye's looking a little bit redder around here, but that's fine. We're adding blush anyway. It's fine. It's like $38, but I want it. But I also have a feeling like it's gonna sell out super quickly, so I'm gonna try and not hype myself up so much that if I don't get it the first time, I will be like, devastated. I almost bought the Milani Tinted Moisturizer, but one of my friends talked me out of it because apparently it's supposed to be dewy, but like my friend has dry skin, and she was like, yeah, it was no dewy. And I like to have something a little bit on the dewy side because my skin is more on the dry side, and I just feel like the natural finish works better. So I'm going to go in with my Fenty Sunstalker bronzer in Shady Biz, speaking of Fenty products. Ooh. So yeah, I hope that between all of the websites that Fenty is sold on, that I will be able to pick that up at some point in the not too distant future. I was also looking at that KVD foundation that everyone's like hyped over apparently on TikTok. I am on TikTok, but I don't do a lot of like beauty TikTok. That's just like an observation that I have about my life, is that I don't pay that much attention to like beauty TikTok. I'm more like dog and gay TikTok and cat TikTok. So yeah, that's the part of TikTok that I'm a part of. But yeah, I was kind of looking at that too. Where is the blush that I want to use at my highlight? Where's my highlighter brush? Did Goose? No. Okay. So I was doing my makeup yesterday and Goose was like helping me, and he loves this setting brush. My all-time favorite highlighter brush. That's a Real Technique setting brush. I don't know why, but like I was chilling on the bed doing my makeup, and I had my brushes out and he was like pawing at all of the brushes, and he would specifically go for this one when he would try and get brushes out. But anyway, I checked out that KVD Apple foundation because I'm like all the videos that I did see of it, it looks legitimately like really interesting because maybe it's like the filters or whatever that people are using because, you know, the internet is the internet and we can't show a natural version of ourselves on the internet, can we? No, that's illegal apparently. And the blush I'm going to use is the Milani Berry Amore. But it looked really interesting because it looked pretty full coverage while also still like it looked like your skin, kind of like a your skin but better sort of full coverage type of thing. I'm like, you know, if I ever were to get back into a full coverage foundation, I used to absolutely love the Lock-It foundation from the brand like before my skin got all dry. That was kind of my go-to. And it was especially nice too because I could also like repurpose it for like Halloween special effects, my stage makeup class that I took when I was in college and stuff. Like, yeah, we got Ben Nye products for that class, but I was able to easily repurpose my like regular day-to-day foundation for that class because it was so full coverage that it could easily also just like blend in like prosthetics and stuff for stage makeup. So I do think that that is a legitimately really, really good one, although I would need a much more hydrating base if I were to use that one now. So the KV Apple Foundation kind of looks interesting. I don't want to be too interested in it because like, I feel like half of the products that end up getting really hyped are probably going to get hated in like a month. So, but I guess the good news is on like all the websites, my shade is sold out. So I don't need to worry about that. No need to worry about that. Okay. Now what do I want to do for my lips? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is the Lime Crime Velveteen in Sasha, which this is such a nice shade, I feel like. It's so good. Oh yeah, that's a good color for this look. I also just like adore the applicator on this, on like these. I don't know why, but for some reason it just works really well with my lip shade. Okay, now one more thing before my face is like officially finished. It looks really nice right now. It might just be like my ring light or whatever, but it's pretty cute. This is like one of my holy grail products, like right up there with the NYX HD Eyeshadow Primer, the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Nothing compares to this. It's beautiful. Like this actually keeps it in place, and especially since I don't use like setting powder or anything like that, like, you know, it keeps it in place without like drying my skin down and making it look matte or anything. So super cute. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hoped, well, I still do hope that this was an interesting, fun, exciting little video for y'all. I'm actually kind of happy with the video quality that my camera, that my phone is offering right now while my laptop is cranky with me. So I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me in the comments below, what are some things, makeup or otherwise, that you are just over the moon excited about? Because we need some joy in this world. And yeah, tell me things so I can get excited with y'all, because I'm an Enneagram 7 and I just, I need to be excited all the time. It is how I live my life. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. And I will see y'all in my next one. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.